Today we will talk about upscaling. Can you tell us something about the progress made in SIO Grafen during 10 years?
Yeah, I would say that there's been a lot of progress, both among researchers and among entrepreneurs, and maybe especially in the collaboration between them. We have had a lot of new companies started, and many of these have been scaling up quite a lot, and they're all ready to scale up even further. One easy example is that in the beginning of SIO Grafen, the combined production capacity in Sweden was probably measured in the gram scale. Now we have several companies working at the ton scale, which is a big development. And again, they're ready to scale up even further. A different perspective of this can also be to look at just the sheer number of companies. In the beginning, there was only a handful of companies working on graphene. And nowadays, now it's been more than 200 companies working on different projects within SIO Grafen.
That's upscaling for sure. So let's hear more about this from some organizations in Sweden today.
The vision was how we take this super interesting material from laboratory to industrial scale to impact, not only in Sweden, to impact at global scale in multi-sectors. So Graphmatic was founded on that mission. And today, we are here. We are manufacturing different products, not anymore in lab scale, but industrial available quantities. So what I wanted to say here that the sky is not the limit. With graphene, you can do a lot of things. And it's not anymore in the lab scale. It is at industrial scale. And we are seeing the momentum never seen before.
Then it was in a small scale, and now it's in a lot bigger scale. It's a scale-up company now, and it used to be a startup company. So that's why we are here in the production plant. So now we have big tanks where we can produce the graphene in, and we will ship it to customers as a solution, or as a paste, or as a dry powder. A few years ago, we could only produce a few grams, and after a while a few kilos, but today we can produce up to 10 tons of the solution per year. So it's a very big step for this company.
And identifying the need, this is what I do also, because this is what is important. It's not about graphene. For the customers, graphene is not in focus. For the customer, for the user, in focus is what they have to reach, what is the value for them. They want to solve their problems, not our. This is different types of fabrics which we have produced so far and which we have ready to deliver to the customers. What kind of fabrics is that? That's just an electrically conductive fabric. The other type of fabrics is what we call G-glass, and this is graphene-coated glass fiber. And the last part is G-Heatex is electrically heatable fabric. And the idea is to keep this room small enough. It should not be too large. We would love to produce and deliver it immediately to the customer. When we started Graphene, we of course started with the small samples which we are doing in our laboratory. Right now we can deliver the samples up to 2 meters wide and 100 meters long in a row. For example, this is the example of the beautiful, and that's one more thing. It looks beautiful. And this is an example of one of the materials which we have, for example. You can try to guess what is that, but that's actually aramide or Kevlar.
Have the possibility as a or shall I say, a regular researcher from the academic world to cooperate with industrial scale, as we're doing in this project, that creates all kinds of new ideas and also opportunities. So you can really follow the whole value chain. But in the end, this must be an industrial application. So sooner or later, you need to scale these things up. And what we're doing here is we utilize the business field of the paper. And they have the capacity to make really large volume production. So if you look on the paper industry, they produce in these paper mills, the rolls are like 10 meters wide, and it's like several hundred meters per minute the paper goes through these machines. So the aim is, can we take advantage of that technology and make these electrode materials, which nowadays are created like in perhaps meters per minute. So today here in this machine we run at 25 meters per minute, and that is in the paper business, that is on the starting lower level. So and the width of the rolls is half a meter, so that is about the scale here. But the smart thing by running on a pilot setup like this is that if you have tested it on this type of machine, then you know it's direct compatible and can be directly upscaled to a real factory.
So the main things to remember from today are that many companies have invested in graphene. Many of them have gone from ideas to startups to scale-ups, and many startups are also along this journey. Several of them can now produce their material at ton scale or in square kilometer, and there's always room for more of the scaling as well in all of these companies. One reason that you don't hear about graphene all the time and in all products that are out in the market is that the marketing now is not really about you should buy this product because it has a new fancy material, but rather this product has exceptional properties, and the reason it has that is because it contains graphene.